Hello, hello. As you may remember, a long while ago, I got myself the model of the Tantive IV, as you can see here. And I did also say that I was going to mod it. Well, I've only actually done one modification to it, and that is to add these rather wonderful looking landing gear onto it. The trouble with the Tantive IV is originally it just rests on the bottom gun turret and this wheelie bit at the back there, which doesn't mean you can't really see the bottom of it very well. It stands a bit low to surface and it doesn't look quite nice. Using Google image search, I found someone who had done a landing gear modification of the Tantive IV. That he left several photographs but no actual instructions. So I decided to reverse engineer his ingenious solution, and I'll be showing you how I did it. So as you can see, this is the standard Tantive IV model. And as I said earlier, it just rests down on its feet, which just isn't very good for display, especially if you want to use the bottom turret. So my first step was to take the images of the original modification, and I laid it out in LEGO Digital Designer, slowly getting an idea for where the parts, how it all fits together, but adding my own one or two tweaks here or there to the original. Then from LEGO Digital Designer I took that onto good old Bricklink, ordered myself a whole mess of parts, and put it all together. There are three basic steps to the build: the front, the rear base, and the two rear legs. We're going to start off with the front. Alright, so we're going to start off with the front, and as you can see, the front is made up of two pieces. You have the main leg, and then you have these decorative pieces that just helped it to blend together a bit more. The pieces for this section are these wonderful little hooky bits. There's about 24 of those in the entire model. These transparent bricks. You can make them any colour you want, really. I went for clear because I think that fits the model nicely. And you're going to need two of them, like that. 4 of them with a clear brick on top. A guy with a chainsaw outside, and 4 of them without any bricks at all. And then you're also going to need a tan slope and a light grey 2x3. For the foot itself, these are actually cupboard doors. With that you then have these tan clicky bits, joints, which I shall try not to lose. A light grey vent, one of these race car front NG bits, more clicky bits, and a tan square. And as I'm sure you probably don't need me to explain, it's quite straightforward. Clip the clicky bits together, as so. Get the old engine block and vent on there, and then we click the tan plate onto the bottom. Then the cupboard doors. You might find that these are a little loose, but they should fit in there nice and snugly, like so. And then once we put it onto the model, it's just a case of getting the angles right so that the model is balanced forward and backward. These parts are for decoration to make the entire thing flow together nicer. And as I said, these are for decoration as well. Let's go ahead and put these onto the model. As you can see, here's the underside of the Tantive IV, and putting this all together is relatively simple. The landing gear just goes on between these two plates here. Take the tallest clear sections and plonk them on either side of that main gear. Then take the single raised levels and put 2 behind and 2, in fact I shall take that off just for a moment, 2 behind and 2 in front, and then the final 4 just clip on once again either side. There we go, nice. The light grey brick clips on like that. We just plonk our landing gear back onto the vessel. And you can put this as far forward or back as you so desire. It's not such a big balance issue with the Tantive IV. It's nicely constructed as the nice frame running all the way down it. And that is the front landing gear. As I'll just turn the model without completely destroying it. As you can see, the landing gear comes down and it gives us this nice diamond trim effect down the side. Now of course this by itself is no use, so let's go ahead and build onto the back. Okay, so the first thing we have at the back is we have to prepare an area for the rear landing gear to clip onto, because as it stands they can't actually fit in. So what we have is we have two of these, which are literally two dark grey plates clamped together with some clear bits, and again the clear bits are just my personal choice. I think they fit well with the model. Two plates, and two of these slopes, which once they're put in will just give the underside a nice trim to it. With those made, we then need to assemble the actual base, which all the pieces are going to clip onto, without throwing the pieces across the table, of course. And they are quite decorative. Again, they don't really serve much of a structural purpose, but I think you'll agree that the model is, well, if you bought the Tantive IV for the same reason I did, you want to display it with a small amount of pride. Then, yeah, it just goes together like that. Straighten that all out. Then, once we've got the legs on, these pieces will sit on top of the structure and connect it onto the bottom. Let's go ahead and make the legs. Now, as you can probably tell by all the pieces, the construction of the rear legs is a little more intricate. The pieces you see here are for one leg, and I have in my hand here, I'm just putting the last pieces on. I have in, as you can see from this one I've just finished making, the leg is quite intricate, quite detailed. This is where the legs will clamp onto the base. And again, it's using the cupboard doors for legs. They can get a little wonky, but you can just straighten those out and they'll be just fine. So, first thing we want to do is start at the bottom. The bottom involves a tan plate and a white long brick as such. These nice patterned bricks, which are vertically striped facing out. On the bottom here at the very end we'll be clipping in the cupboard doors, but as I say, I'll leave that till the end. Then some nice little details. We've got these clear slopes, just clip onto the sides here, like so. Then to make up the front, we have columns coming up, which will make it look a bit like pneumatic pistons or some such. I did toy with the idea of having a clear piece on the top in the middle there, but I didn't really feel it added anything, so I left it out. Could be something that you might want to do yourself. On top of here we clip these tan barrels. There we go. Now, put that aside for one moment. We come to the very top with these nice V pieces. We clip on a white two-hole there, with a slope coming upward. The two-hole is to connect onto the barrels like that. Then on the back, a nice clear piece. And I believe on this one I've put the, as you can see, it's the standard hinges. I've gone with having the single pin on the actual foot, going up like so. Another clear brick at the top there. And then one of these axles, which will go onto the rear barrel, like so. And indeed, we can clip that together, and our leg is already starting to take shape. A little bit of detail to come here on the front, so we take two more of these great hooky things, and clamp them on. A pair of dark grey vents, and a trans-orange brick onto a clip stud, which I shall put on the opposite side, so we have a left leg and a right leg. Just get it in the right place. Clamp that back on. So as you can see, we'll have mirrored legs. Then the final detail are these lightsabers. So I've got a curved lightsaber hilt here, and a straight lightsaber, which is that way up, pushed to the top, and we'll just align the curved lightsaber down a bit so that they are together. Yes, very good. Then axle clips go on the old top, and on the bottom they clip into the grey studs there. We just clip our cupboard doors. And as I say, they can be a little wonky because they weren't really designed for it, but you can just straighten them up, and there we go. A pair of legs. Let's go ahead and mount them onto the model. Here we have the underside of the Tantive IV, as you can see. The legs fit into these grooves either side of the main structure, and this is where the base is going to go. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top hinge parts off of the legs, and on the other one as well. And I'm going to attach them to the base, because that way it'll be much easier than trying to attach this all with the feet attached. Put that on like that. We take a slope and a clear one, like that. And the same on the other side, like so. And then that is the completed base. And we do it with slope facing forward. That slips down and should just clip into place. Yep, there we go. Now there will be a one stud overhang on the slope, but that doesn't matter. This is very solidly attached. Now then we just take our legs, which I have here. I'll be reattaching the cupboard doors after I've put them on. And with the lights on the outside, perhaps you want it the other way around. Personally, I want the lights on the outside. You just clip them into the joints. Make sure they're straight, pointing down. And there we go. That is the full assembly of the leg structure. For a link to the original mod by Sid over on the Bricks forum, check out the description below. I've also included a zip file on the R2D website where you can get the parts list and the LEGO Digital Designer model for it, so you can put it together quite easily. For now, I'm R3D and that was some LEGO building badness.